All right, y'all. Let's get real for a second here, okay? Everyone loves the idea of going, off grid with stoves, solar panels, sipping coffee in the woods as deer stroll by and tiptoeing through wildflowers. All so dreamy. Let me know when that dream starts. Okay, buckle up because I am going to do a so you want to go off grid. Nobody tells you this stuff before you pack up your bags and go feral like us. Okay, first question. Where do you live right now? How big is your space? Do you need to downsize? Like, are you about to go from a 5-bedroom McMansion to a camper smaller than your bathroom? Like us, Or maybe you're just staying the same size and you're trading city square footage for county acres. Either way, you need to start thinking about how much stuff do you really need living in an off-grid lifestyle. We ended up packing up a lot of stuff. Found my Blockbuster card. That's important. And we also ended up throwing a lot of stuff away. It happens. Downsizing. Next up is land. Let's talk about land for a second. Do you have a spot already in mind? Do you even know what the permit regulations are? We thought we did. Okay. We had a great realtor, found us this location, knew exactly what we were looking for. Come to find out, they had like a meeting and that changed. Not every place is like, yeah, sure, go off grid. We love that for you. They have permits and they have laws. Thought we knew the laws. We were outside of city limits in a township. Come to find out, they changed some of it up, and it really changed a lot of our plans. So we had to work with our builder and our county and try to get this resolved. Wasn't that scary? So basically, what I'm saying is, not every place is like, yeah, sure. You build your hobbit house with a hole in the ground for your toilet. Some places will actually fine your ass. Okay, make sure you check that. State, county, township, hit all of those laws. What is your plan for housing? Are you planning on building from scratch? Do you plan on buying land with like a fixer upper on it that you have to work on? Or do you plan on snagging like a kit? Like a yurt or a shipping container or one of those cute little tiny homes on wheels or something bigger like a park model you're having done. We went with a custom offsite build. Shout out to Dakota Cabins. They nailed it. They didn't just throw up a cabin and say, good luck. Steph, Darren, the crew actually worked with us on every detail, both our needs and our wants. They helped us figure out permits, state laws, and all those regulations that make your head spin. It's finally getting there now, and we're so close. Honestly, we couldn't be happier with our choice. So a big thanks to the whole team. You really made the Gone Feral dream absolutely possible. Thanks, guys. Speaking of land, what are you allowed to do on it? Compost? You gonna do like trash hauling to your local landfill? What about your poop toilets? Yeah, you compost those. You're gonna turn them into gas. Are you allowed to? What are your restrictions? Like, do you have wetlands? That's things that you need to think about. If you're going to a composting toilet, how many times can you go to the bathroom in it before you have to empty it? That is a thought that we actually had to think about in our last purchase. We have winter. So 6 months, 7 months out of the year, it is cold. The last thing I want to do is try to find a place to put my crap in freaking 6 feet of snow. Like, think about that. That's important. And if you think it's not, try going to the bathroom just anywhere. Water's next. So, do you plan on drilling a well? Do you want fancy running water? Or are you okay with a pump and a bucket? Maybe you could just be like us and, have some water sources on your land. Hint, hint, they're protected wetlands, so no digging in there. We decided to drill a 150-foot well, and we are going to be trenching it out to our bathhouse and cabin. But here's the catch. There's no consistent running water source. That meant planning ahead for winter because frozen pipes in the northern Minnesota, yeah, no thanks. And then there's going to be heating. So if you have winters, how cold does it get? Around here, cold means your nose hairs freeze. We had to plan for that. So we went with 2 sources of heat, kerosene heaters for backup and a good old wood stove. Luckily, we have plenty of trees to resource from, but that doesn't mean they chop themselves. That's where the labor kicks in. And trust me, you're going to want either arms like Thor or a damn good chainsaw and wood splitter. Spoiler alert. Okay. Wood doesn't magically appear in your fireplace. So you're either cutting, hauling, stacking, or splitting year round. You don't want to be doing that in winter. Trust me. Okay, so enough about buckets of shame and wood and composting and all that stuff. Let's talk about food. Where do you plan on growing your food? You going to buy it from the grocery store? You going to get it from your local person? You going to have chickens on your land? Can you have chickens on your land? We want goats and we want chickens. We had to find out if we could have them on our land. You have to think about that. You can't just plop chickens in your backyard. Where do you plan on putting them? What do you plan on feeding them? It's all a cost. Because let's talk about milking a goat at 6 a.m. in February. I thought about that. Oh, I did. I know that's coming. That's coming. I'm toughening up now, though. I'm telling you. We chose to have a greenhouse and we're going to have the chickens and the goats because we do want the goat milk. Fencing, feeding, housing. We have winters. We had to think about all of that kind of stuff. We are surrounded by hundreds of acres of nothingness. To think about the predators that will come in, eat our chickens, or try to eat our goats. If you think runs to Walmart are exhausting, have livestock animals. Think about that. Well, let's talk about power. Solar, wind, hydro. What's your poison? Have you actually sat down and calculated how much juice you're going to need to run all of your stuff? Would you believe a satellite internet dish can suck up more power than your refrigerator? Yeah, learn that one the hard way. And don't forget, solar panels don't shovel themselves off. You live up north, you're going to be out there with a broom in negative 10-degree weather. Yep. Our system is actually going to be getting a big upgrade soon because, surprise, surprise, we didn't start big enough. Turns out we needed at least 6 400-watt panels and 4 massive 48-volt batteries to keep up with everything. So cha-ching, cha-ching, off-grid ain't cheap, folks. So really, in all actuality, after everything that we just talked about and kind of went over in a jokingly way, but also very serious, is that going off grid is not all about sunsets and s'mores. Okay, is a reality to it. It is a lot of work. There's chaos and mess all over our yard right now with pallets and wood, shipping containers with our stuff in it. We had to prioritize wood, water, electricity. We may not be able to figure out some of it until spring. Isn't that going to be a fun video? If you aren't ready to really bust your ass, you're going to give up in a year, maybe even sooner, whether or not the first season slaps you in the face or not. If it doesn't, then you're lucky. If you're in an area where you don't have to worry about that, then that's great. Really and honestly, you need to think about all of that. You're going to find things in yourself you didn't know you had in there, going from a Los Angeles life into crapping in a loo. It's a lifestyle. From the Gone Feral GGs, Gunnar and Gypc, Gone Feral. I'll tell you straight up, man, prepare to succeed, prepare to fail, prepare to cry, prepare to laugh, prepare to enjoy your life, but also prepare to work for it. Bottom line is, if you are serious about going off grid, make sure you plan. Plan small, plan big, plan in between, plan for errors. And don't forget your sense of humor, because that is what's going to take you to the finish line, going to take you to the sunset and the s'mores. It's going to be work. But trust me, you're going to need your humor. Stay feral, folks. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. If you are an off-gridder, let me know your story. Maybe I'll follow you back. Maybe I'll learn something from you, man. So yeah, that's the off-grid lowdown for real. It's hard work. It's constant learning. It's a little bit of crazy, but hey, we wouldn't have it any other way. Stay feral, my friends, because tame is boring. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell, or else I'll send you a bucket of compost toilet scraps, your choice.